This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that like button and make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to hit that like button. Let's get right into it. So we're going to wrap up the Tekashi thing. I mean, this guy was telling so much in the stand, the judge had to tell him, yo, chill, bro. Chill, slow down, bro. This guy was naming names, everybody. He's throwing everybody under the bus. Trippie Redd, Casanova. I think he mentioned French Montana. He even mentioned Frenchie, who used to be down with BSM. He's just naming everybody. He was naming everything. It's like he was telling them about things that they didn't even need to know about. He was going into detail with Billy Otto, who is locked up. I confirmed that he is locked up. And, I mean, there's so much stuff here. Like, so here's one where he's talking about, and we're back. 6ix9ine says, Rowan Martin told him, Nuke, who we've heard of, car, it was embarrassing, it was stolen. So Nuke stole his car. So Rowan Martin told him Nuke stole his car. I guess he's talking to Shotty. It was embarrassing for us. The godfather of our lineup robbed. The lawyer said, let me draw your attention to the government exhibit. They give him an exhibit. Then it says, Tekashi turns to Magoo, a high-ranking blood in the prison line, and says, Frank White, do you ever, and then the question is, do you have any understanding of what phrase you're not part of the fam means? Tekashi says, you're not part of the game. What does that mean? 9 Trey. 6ix9ine moves on to the messages. 9 Trey member Coke Mad Max bodyguard for French Montana. So now he's throwing French Montana in the mix. By the way, he's still live, and Instagram has not responded on the Shade Room. I don't know what that means, okay? But anyways, like Instagram hasn't responded on the Shade Room. Okay, so then it says, now 6ix9ine says, Miss Treyway's mother owns 370 Madison. Objection. Judge says sustained as to speculation about ownership of a building. Turning to 2 incidences in Brooklyn, April 21st, 2018. Tekashi says he was with Jorge. I went to the bank, bought some clothing, and got some food at a Spanish restaurant. I was getting ready for my performance at Barclays Center. 2 guys are harassing me. Jorge is driving my Suburban. They pull up in parallel, recording and mocking me. Shotty pulls out a weapon, opens their door, pistol whips them, and then says, we're telling Shotty to chill. Like, yo, chill. It's a main street. So, like, what you're going to learn in a lot of this stuff is that Shotty was, like, a live wire. Okay, so this is part of the reason why everybody's in hot water and everybody's arrested. Shotty was a live wire, called a lot of attention to them, and allowed them to apply pressure to Tekashi, who was weak and is now telling on everybody. All they did was hit the weak spot. Because if they went straight for Shotty, nothing but it happened. But if they went at Tekashi, he would cave, which would cause Shotty to cave. You know? Like, I mean, you know, you guys are going to argue that, but that's kind of what happened, okay? Because Shotty probably looked at it like, he's caving. I'm not going to do the rest of my life here. You know, I'll do, you settle with 15 years, we'll probably be out in 10, you know? I know some of you say that's not possible, but you never know. You know, I know the feds is different, and I know, you know, break down mathematics of, you know, feds versus state versus, you know, it's like, okay, I don't got time for all that. It's just, sometimes you get a little shave time off. So it says, Harv told me to stay away from Casanova, da-da-da. Testimony turns Billy to Billy. The I guess the song Billy. They just played Billy in the courtroom. Here's a full video. Then it says, now AUSA, it says the lyrics of Billy. So the lawyer says, Billy, follow protocol, bud. What does that mean? Tekashi says, you know, protocol. Follow the politics. The lawyer says, I'ma kill too is referring to 9 Trey. 6ix9ine says, Flatty, no, refers to the craft, you know, the art. Come on. Now it turns to Barclays Center. We're in the tunnel. The door's open. We kind of went over this. 30 of Casanova's people come rushing at us. The video plays on this guy's thing. I'll try to link his thing. They were trying to get to me. I made my way right back. Shody told Fuquan, let it go. Of course, you know what that means. Then you see everyone scatter. Then somehow Tekashi walks away from that because, you know, you see him talking to a cop, and then he goes through, and then we're back, and then then we get to this. Billy Otto. This is where he's giving away Billy Otto. 6ix9ine says he was in California, learned of the shooting in Smurf Village through Instagram Live by Billy Otto. Describes fragmentation of 9 Trey into Sterling, the Row Group. I don't know what all this means. The Row Group versus Smurf Village. I guess there's 2 parts of 9, whatever. Shotty pulled out a Chrome 38. They asked him, did he use it? Tekashi said no. Mongier reads 6ix9ine's Instagram messages telling Billy Otto that you guys got to stay off Instagram. You guys got to stay off Instagram. Look at how they're piecing all this stuff together. Billy Otto, in the day he walked into the strip club, taking the side of Harv. They put me in a position and I chose Shotty. So 6ix9ine chose Shotty. 6ix9ine, I was supposed to perform at the event for a professional football player for $40,000, but it got shut down. So I went to the strip club. Now the lawyer's asking about jewelry. Driver Jorge wraps it in Bounty, puts it in his daughter's Pampers bag. Then Tekashi says, we're editing the video on Final Cut. I didn't know how to put a name on a template on it. So I told Jorge to get the car, drive to Park Slope. Andrew Green moved there because he was scared. Objection, sustained. We stopped. Okay, this is where, he gets kidnapped. Okay, so that happens. We already talked about that. This is crazy. This is insane, man. Nuke and Row. Okay, so then here's another thing. We took the H. So his line in April, Row the Godfather, everyone was eating. Okay, so Shotty was second, everyone was eating. We went to the strip club Starwoods. Harv pushed Nuke. Nuke started laughing. You want to do this right here. We're referring back to this car thing with Row and Harv. He made the motion like he had a weapon in his hoodie. Then around April, Nuke robbed Row. I learned about it at a Mets game. We were taking a picture with Mr. Met. Shotty is screaming on the phone, Nuke robbed Row? Jorge goes get the car ready. Shotty meets Row on Sterling. Actually, I don't know where. Sustained. Then Nuke was asking Row to set Rainbow up for him. Row said no, slipped out of the car. The drama is mad that his car's all messed up. The window was shattered. Going back, Nuke was drunk, not even trying to dodge bullets. The gun jammed and they drove off. Now government putting into evidence that Nuke uploaded this to Instagram. You gotta be kidding me. I'm not moving the way they get lunch and then 1 hour break. So they take a break, they come back. Then we get into the car stolen thing. But it's like, this stuff is a little confusing right now because we're hearing about it through reporters and stuff. But we will hear about it all. Here, there's more. This is about the thing where they're in L.A. He told everything. So Harv says, okay, here we go. Objection, resolve matters. There's a T-Mobile store was sending a message going to the 18 Locust. Chase Bank to make a deposit. I ran into a 9 Trey member. He called Snow. He did a podcast saying he's not down with that Rainbow piece of crap. I called Shotty and put him on FaceTime with Snow. Shotty tells him, wait, what is this? Godfather Harvest just underneath. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read all this together. So who's Snow? Are they talking about Snow Billy or Snow? I don't know. There's so many Snows. Anyways, Snow grabs me by my jacket. I walked away. He started following me. I started speed walking. I have $70,000 chain under my jacket. I don't know why I wore it. Where is this? Plane chose it between us. We started walking to Flushing. I put my phone in the charger. Then Mel Murder came. We start following Snow. We see him in Brooklyn House Hotel. where I used to stay. Mel Murder tells Snow, "Don't touch him. Don't look his way." Then Harv shows up with Billy Otto. and he was armed. Did you come to find out anything that happened to Snow after that? A month after oh, okay. So they are talking about Snow Billy. I'm sorry, just bear with me here. So after the incident with Trippie Redd, Harv was my doer. He was a big guy enforcer job. At this point, Mr. Ellison's Harv role was in the gang. I don't know how the Snow thing got introduced. They just started jumping into it. That's why I'm confused, but just bear with me. So I guess Snow Billy was around this time. So this confirms that Snow Billy was around. And Harv says, I'm coming there with Billy Otto to try to prolong the situation. But Snow ended the FaceTime call. He's playing me. There's no space between us. We're walking, handcuffed together. Walk to Flushing. I don't know what this... I don't know where... I guess Snow just, started going against them. Because it doesn't make sense where this starts, you know? And then there's, so I guess basically Snow Billy got popped in the head, and then, and what's Billy Otto doing during the video? He's stabbing a security guard. This guy gave up everybody, man. What's Harv doing? He's 3 inches on a wooden stick. I seen Harv face with that stick. He took the stick and beat the guy up that hit him. I don't know what they're referring to. There's a point into a fight with others at the airport in LA. Yes, it was at NBA All-Star Weekend. At the airport, there were these two girls exiting. Seiko and Billy Otto approached them flirting. Let me help you with your bags. Boyfriends came. The boyfriend said, I don't need help with their bags. Harv punches the guy in the face. I wrote, we got to run down Casanova. He came out with a diss song that took the disrespect. Seiko makes a reference to my bag. What does that my bag mean? It means my money. What did Harv write? We big behind the wall. He meant that Billies are big behind the prison wall. Objection overruled. 9 Trey is a worldwide thing. We met up in Long Island prior to giving Harv and Shoddy money. They was falling out. Who was tougher? Who was closer to me? Who was I giving more money to? The meeting consisted of where is the money going? Why aren't other members eating? I gave Harv 25 grand. I gave Shoddy another 30 grand for hosting at a club. I wasn't going to sing a song. I was going to sing a song. Mel was like, where the money at? Shoddy is like, I got to take care of the homies. Homies got to eat. We don't got no, weapons out here. We got to equip ourselves. Now the judge takes a break. He's like, yo, chill, man. You telling too much, man. He says, 6ix9ine continues. Harv said, stop picking and choosing when you want to be a gang member and when you want to show up and deal with a situation. Harv said, I'd rather have 10 lions than 100 sheep. Then Tekashi says, dealing with the split of Harv and Shoddy, with Harv now on trial, saying Shoddy, who pled guilty, is not as gangster as him. Harv told Tekashi to pawn his jewelry, get security, and live your internet life and stop being Billy. Then things seemed to go south fast. Shoddy would shake the barricades outside strip clubs and scream, we the mob, Treyway. Objection, but 6ix9ine continues. He says, judge, tell him when the lawyers object, I'm the one you answer to, not you. But he's already answered. The judge says, jury disregard. And you can't just tell a jury to disregard. Then Tekashi continues. We went to confront Trippie Redd. Okay, so we already talked about that in the last one. They confronted Trippie Redd. Then Shoddy fires some shots into Trippie Redd's Sprinter van, turning it into a robbery. That's just crazy. Shoddy put a bullet in his gun, and then I started filming. Why did you want to record? The lawyer says. He says, to show that we robbed them and they disrespected us. Now video being shown. They documented everything. It's just crazy to me, man. I know this is long, and this will all make sense probably over the weekend when we get all the transcripts out. But like, I'm just giving you guys like pieces that I'm just looking at different stuff. Anyways, I don't want to like make this video too long, but you know, he's giving a Billy Otto, a Seiko Billy, Nuke, Shoddy, Mel Matrix. Everybody's going to be doing time. And I guarantee you this kid's not going to get that much time because he is overly cooperating. It's crazy. He's just... If people do listen to him after this, they're delusional. I'm going to be honest with you. Because, like, okay, like before you didn't know what he was giving up. You know, you thought maybe he did this and that. You know, he was just whatever. Once you see it like this, it's like, wow. First of all these guys are guilty because they all filmed stuff and put it up to Instagram. People got to understand, when you upload stuff to Instagram, you're telling on yourself. When you start trying to prove this and that, like have little words over Instagram, that's all being used as evidence right now. Everything. It's like, you stop telling on yourselves. And then it's easy. They just probably showed him a few things and he agreed to cooperate. And plus, looking at 5-10 years, he's like, yo, I'm going to do, even if he does 2 to 3 years, it's nothing compared to what he was facing. He's facing like 25 to life probably, you know? And Mel Matrix and Shoddy are probably going to get the worst of it. And probably this guy Harv. Billy Otto is going to get a lot of time probably. I mean, you know, these guys are like committing crimes in Manhattan. And in like, I don't know, man. They're committing crimes in Manhattan everywhere. And the city doesn't take... Doing at least... With the feds, probably doing it at least 10 years. Anyways, guys. We'll piece this together later. I'll get to some new fresh news in about an hour. I appreciate you guys. It's Jordan Tower, JT News. Peace.